Everyone says, just be disciplined, like it's some switch I forgot to flip. Meanwhile, I'm over here hitting snooze 5 times, eating chips for breakfast, and genuinely wondering if I'm broken. So I got obsessed. I went down this rabbit hole trying to figure out how people who actually accomplish things train their brain, and what I found wasn't motivational. It was honestly kind of insulting, because the answer was way simpler than I wanted it to be. Turns out, the most disciplined people aren't disciplined at all. They're just better at being lazy. And I know that sounds backwards, but stay with me, because this completely changed how I think about everything. Here's what I noticed. I started looking at people who write every day, work out consistently, build actual skills instead of just talking about it. And the internet wants you to believe they wake up at 4 a.m. with monk-level focus and unshakable willpower. But when you actually dig into their routines, it's the opposite. They barely think about the things they do. That's when it hit me. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do hard things. It's about making hard things not require force. Let me explain. Your brain has a limited amount of decision-making energy every single day. Scientists call it decision fatigue, and it's why you can resist the donut at 9 a.m. but absolutely demolish a bag of cookies at 9 p.m. You're not weaker at night. You're just out of decisions. So geniuses, productive people, whoever, they don't fight this. They design around it. They remove decisions entirely. That's the laziness. Think about it. If you have to decide whether to work out every single morning, you're burning willpower before you even start. But if your gym clothes are already laid out, your shoes are by the door, and your workout is already planned, you're not deciding anymore. You're just following the path of least resistance, and the path just happens to lead somewhere good. Same thing with diet. People think disciplined eaters have incredible self-control. They don't. They just don't keep junk food in the house. It's not willpower, it's physics. You can't eat what isn't there. They made the right choice once at the grocery store, so they don't have to make it 47 times at home. This is what nobody tells you about discipline. It's not built in the moment of action. It's built in the moment of setup. The real work happens when you're designing your environment, not when you're trying to resist temptation. I tested this myself. I used to try forcing myself to read instead of scroll before bed. Failed every single time. Then I just started leaving my phone in another room and putting a book on my pillow. Guess what? I read. Not because I became a better person, because I became lazier. The book was right there. My phone wasn't. My brain took the easy option. And here's the part that actually makes sense. Every behavior has friction, the effort required to do it. Disciplined people don't overcome friction. They relocate it. They add friction to bad habits and remove friction from good ones. Want to stop wasting hours on your phone? Delete the apps. Sounds extreme, but that's the point. Every time you want to scroll, you have to re-download, log back in, wait for it to load. That's friction. Most of the time, you won't bother. Not because you're disciplined, because you're lazy and it's annoying. Want to drink more water? Put a giant bottle on your desk. You're not going to get up and walk to the kitchen 40 times. But if it's right in front of you, you'll drink it without thinking. The pattern is everywhere once you see it. Discipline looks like effortless consistency from the outside, but it's actually just really smart laziness on the inside. So if you've been beating yourself up because you lack willpower, stop. You don't need more strength. You need better systems. You need to be honest about the fact that you're human, you're lazy, and your brain will always choose the easier option. The trick isn't changing that. The trick is making the easier option the right option. Start small. Pick one thing you keep failing at and ask yourself, how can I remove the friction? How can I make this so easy I'd have to try harder not to do it? Because here's the reality. Discipline isn't about becoming a different person. It's about designing a life where being yourself actually works. And once you stop fighting your own nature and start working with it, everything gets easier. If this changed how you think about discipline, you'll probably want to hear what I found about focus and actually sticking to goals. But that's another story.